Alright, it's the next morning. I just woke up, just came down here to check on that flash hider. I can see a bunch of stuff kind of fell off of it. It doesn't appear that the electrolysis is going anymore though. So I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to take a quick look at it, see what kind of shape we're in. I might have to do another round of this, but I actually kind of think there might be something stuck, like a coating they put on the outside of it on top of the rust. That was kind of preventing that electrolysis from really kicking off because it really just didn't want to go. And I think it was kind of like sealed. I could get a few little bubbles out of the surface, all over it, but just a little bit, not like I could get those grenades to go. So, and that could also just be the amount of contact area with that wire. It's only got that one little spot where it's touching. So, anyway, let me show you what's going on down here. All right. You can see there's a bunch of crud down here. Let me zoom it in more. A bunch of stuff fell off of it, which is good. That's what we want. We want stuff to fall off. But it does not appear already that it's what I was hoping it would be. So I'm going to pull it out and see what's up. Some stuff came off, but like I said before, it's not quite what I was hoping for with the electrolysis. So I think I need to do a different way to hang it because it's just barely touching this, and I don't know that it's making really great contact through that hole. So I'm gonna get some wire. I'm gonna make a new hook I can wrap on this, and it'll put a lot more contact on it. And then I also might take a little steel wool and just kind of, rub that surface down a little bit, see if I can expose some more of the metal through whatever. Oh, well, this stuff is crumbling off though. Under my hand now. Huh. Maybe it started working overnight because it wasn't doing jack all last night. Oh wow, lots of stuff came up. That. Alright. So, what I was doing there is just kind of crumbling off the surface. It was like just kind of rubbed my fingers on it, and a bunch of it just kind of came right off. A lot of that crud. See, it's kind of starts looking a little muddy after I run my finger over it. So. Starts wiping off. I don't think it's got enough yet to do it, but like everywhere. But some of it is, like that just kind of rubbed right off there. Look at that. That's wild. Yeah. How much cleaner that is. So much better. Okay, I'm going to use this little pipe brush or whatever it's called. Just kind of how muddy it is now before I rinse it. Yeah. That's a lot better. That is so much better. Let me try this end. Get those threads. got a big piece of copper wire. This is my super fun board here. There's that, and this guy just kind of dangled down about that far. This guy through to here. I think I'll just give it a couple good wraps here. We got a little bit better contact. Multiple places. Okay. Oh, it's not quite long enough. I guess that's the nice thing about this copper wire. It's really easy to bend, so just undo it a little bit. Down. There we go, fully submerged. Just need our negative terminal. All right, and we start. Water's gonna be way too cloudy to actually see it happening at the moment. So I decided to start over with fresh water. I mixed in more of the washing soda. I can see the bubbles. I don't think the camera's quite picking up. Well, you can see a little swirl there that's sitting on the surface, like that swirly bit right there. That's the bubbles coming up from the electrolysis. The water will clear in a little bit, and we'll see a lot more. I think it's already working a lot better. It's hard to tell, but it looks like more bubbles than what I was getting before, so that's a good sign. I don't think this is going to take too much longer because most of that rust did come loose. It just didn't quite do exactly as much as I was hoping to for as long as it was on there. So it's kind of like a very weak electrolysis I did, which isn't really a bad thing, but I wanted more. I want more. Ooh, it's already kicking up crap off of it. Look at that. Stuff floating on the surface of the water. Yeah, this one's a bit more aggressive, so we should see better results out of it. Alright guys, I just came down here to check on the electrolysis, see how that was going. Just came around the corner and peeked in the bucket, and wow, what a difference. Let me show you. Okay, that water straight up got funky. I mean, look at all that stuff. That all came off that flash hider. So it's working a lot better this time. I'm going to let it keep cooking for a little while longer because it looks like stuff is still coming free. But yeah, that's the result I was looking for. All right, it's been about 1 hour now that or an hour from, probably an hour and a half total since I redid the electrolysis and it's really started to cook. I can see by looking at it right now, it's still going. A lot of crap has come off the surface. I'm going to actually take it out and take a peek, and hopefully it's made a lot of progress that we can actually see this time. So let's take a look. Alright, I think I'm going to take it off now. I can always stick it back on if it proves otherwise that it's difficult to start removing this stuff. But I think it's good. I think I'm going to run with what I got here. Pull this copper wire off. look at all that crud came off. Yeah, the surface looks a lot smoother underneath all this. It definitely appears like there's a good side and a bad side, like it sat in some mud or something. Like this side is smoother, and then this side's a little bit more rough and pitted, which makes sense. A lot of things, you know, like a lot of the hails, you see that on too. You know, they were sitting in the mud, and they get pitted on one side because the corrosion is all from that moisture on the ground. All right. Yeah, let's see. This side's a little bit more pitted, whereas this side, where is it? This is a lot smoother over here. And you can see it down here. See some of the pitting, and yeah. Some of the knurls look like they're completely gone. There's still some buildup, like there's a little buildup right here. A little bit right there. I can file that stuff down a little bit. There's still like a fair amount of buildup on the surface, especially over here. Like I can see the flat areas, and then there's like stuff just really sitting on top. I kind of wonder if I should do more electrolysis, because a lot of it was breaking off, and you can see that smooth metal underneath it. I know. You see like a big chunk just broke off around this, and it's smooth underneath. So I might have to do more there, more electrolysis. I was hoping that would be done. Let's see, where was it working? I think it was around here, but I'm able to just like scrape off that buildup. Yep. So, I mean, I think there's pitting right around here. You can see where it looks like it goes inward versus outward, but right over here around this hole, that looks like all buildup. Something. You know what? I think I'm going to use a wire wheel on the inside here. Just take care of that. And probably most of this, I won't be able to get all of it without switching to something smaller, which I do have some smaller ones. So just get the, you know, the real crusty rust off of it. And then I'll probably do another round of electrolysis, because there's all that buildup on the surface that is just clogging up the knurls and just all over the surface. You can see where it's smooth and it's just built up. So yeah, let's wire wheel this. That looks so much better. Holy cow. I still need to get like way down in there, and then also there's a lip in here that I need to get where it reduces down. I'm going to switch bits to a wire cone, smaller diameter, and it's got forward facing bristles, so it'll work out better for that. Like that. So it should be able to fit. Yeah, it'll fit in there. And it'll easily get in the lip there. Alright, that's about as clean as I'm going to get it with the wire wheel at this time. I think I'm going to do another round of the electrolysis now. It's in much better shape now. I'm starting to see these knurls be more defined, and as that crap is coming off, there's some spots where they're totally gone though, like right through there, just a little divot. Okay. My box is leaking. Just doesn't stop. We'll just go with it. Alright, that's just silly. Chunks. Positive terminal. And we gotta rewrap this guy. I think it was around here somewhere. Yeah, it seems right. Hey, now it's steampunk. Alright. Negative here. And we start it. Click, and we should see bubbles here in a second. Oh, I can already see them. I find when I make the water cloudy with the washing soda, or I add enough of that, it works a lot better too. I think there's a combination of things in effect that made it work better the second time around. I started over with clean water that was actually tap water, and the time before that, when it didn't work as well, I used RODI water, which is nearly pure water, which doesn't have much conductivity at all, and so that's why we add the washing soda, because it helps improve that. But like tap water's got some conductivity already, so adding the washing soda to that and then using the copper wire instead of the fly swatter metal I think works as well, because it works better because the copper is a little bit more conductive than whatever that is, like steel or cheap metal, whatever it is. So yeah, I think it's a combination of things of why it's working better now. Look at all that crap that's already come off the surface, just floating around. And I like how it gets attracted to the rebar pieces. Right now it's just kind of swirling around, but like towards the end, when I pull it out, it's going to be all clustered up around here and around over here. Bubbling good. It's hard to tell because it's white on white, but it's bubbling pretty good right now. Alright, it's been about another hour since I started this. It's still cooking off pretty good. A lot of stuff still came off. That all looks like rust. Well, it kind of looks like chili a little bit, but it's rust. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to take a peek and see where we're at. Hopefully it's broken off a lot of buildup that was on the surface and left us in a better place. Oh wow, that's coming right off now. Gosh. There's still some stuff on here that's on there pretty good, but it is breaking down. You can see some of the thicker spots. I can just crack that stuff off with my fingernail. It's pretty cathartic. You know, there it is. It's all that build up. All right, I'm gonna let it go some more, and I'll come back in a little while longer, probably another hour. See where we're at. Alright, we're back. It has been several hours now since the last time I looked at it. I had to eat some lunch and run some errands. Wound up taking a lot more time than I thought. But that's okay. It looks good. Actually, the water's starting to clarify. There's all that crap sitting on the top, but the water looks clear. You can actually see it bubbling down in there. So that's kind of neat. I'm going to take it off now. I think I'm totally done, even without seeing it. I think it's been on there long enough at this point. So let me pull it out and we'll take a peek. What kind of shape are we in? Oh, that is so much cleaner. Wow. Okay. That looks so much better. Probably can't pick it up very well because the camera has a hard time looking at it because it's so dark. Can't really pick up that range. Let me get this off. Yeah, look at all that stuff. This came from me rubbing it with my hands. Still some buildup, but we're going to take that off manually. Okay, here we are. Here's where it sits. It's a lot better. It actually looks like metal instead of a bunch of rust and stuff. Seeing a lot more of that bare metal in this area. You know, like specifically I can see where it's actually smooth and it's not just pitted. This side is a lot more pitted. You can actually see where it goes in to the metal. A lot of the knurls are more defined. There's still some buildup, like right there, that's buildup. It's not pitted, it's on top. Well, it might be pitted underneath, but you get the point. Inside looks so much better. Still some rust, still some crap in there. Same with the front. Yeah, we're gonna start picking on it. Start chipping away some of this stuff. Not putting a lot of pressure, just a bit to make it try and grab anything there. Only really putting pressure on the forward motion. Hey, look, it's the actual metal. You can really see it. Just shaved off that rough stuff on the bottom there. Do the same thing on this end. Look at there. Got a little bit of metal showing through. This is the rough spot where it's more pitted right here. Feel it under the file, you can hear it. It's definitely not as smooth and flat. Looky there. Seeing some bare metal now. A lot of pitting through right there, and might be hard to do that on the inside. On the outside, we can totally flatten out places and smooth it down. We'll do around this band. I don't think I'll be able to get this this recessed band here, but I can certainly improve this situation. It's got a bit of a rounded side to it. Well, that made a hell of a difference. That was a big difference. Yeah. Wow. I gotta redo the inside and I gotta do this half on the outside and hit the threads on this side, but I'm impressed with how well that worked. I can definitely tell there's no buildup on the surface anymore, and you can actually see the true pitting versus like what was, just sitting on the surface, which is interesting. There's definitely a good side and a bad side. Cool. I'm gonna keep going. here's where it sits now. It's pretty clean. There's still a little bit of buildup on the inside that I'm having difficulty getting at. I'm still gonna do a little bit more picking. You can really see it in the front end where it should be smooth and it's raised up. So I'm gonna try to figure out something there that I can do to chisel that stuff off. But it's on the outside, we're pretty clean. I mean, we have very little buildup. There's still some stuff in the knurls there that I want to get off, but and I'm going to spend a little bit of time with a needle file, this triangular shaped one, and try and clear some of those little ridges or valleys or whatever. But it's coming along pretty fast, and I'm pretty excited how it's turning out. Better go wash my hands. Alright, so the cleanup is almost done with the flash hider. Really the last step is I need to sit down with the needle file, that triangular shaped needle file, and clean up the knurls on here and try and get as much gunk out of them as possible. They're looking a lot better. They're a lot more defined than they were before. They were covered in crap, and they had some, there's still, the pitting's still there, of course, but I got all the crap off the top level of it, but there's still stuff between each rib, each knurl. And so before I start that, I feel like I need a better way to hold on to it, because it's round, so it's going to want to roll around, and I'm trying to put downward pressure on it, and a linear fashion that isn't gonna, it's not gonna stay put. It's not gonna hold still for me. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to make a little like jig type thing to hold it in place. Basically, I'm gonna make a little bracket that I can push against the edge of the desk, and then it's got a flat area and a back wall, and then two like 45-degree angles to create a 90-degree angle that it can, like a cradle, it can rest in and push against. So that's kind of the idea I've got. So I'm going to see if I can slap that together out of a piece of wood and some screws. So yeah, I'm going to do that real quick. there it is, it's done. Put a lot of pressure on it. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to roll. Get a chuck of Hales in there. Work on that. I should have made that a long time ago. Alright, so that was fun. I should have made that a long time ago. That would have been real helpful. But I dig it. It's a very secure way of holding something that's round in place, and it's not going to move itself. So, yeah, I haven't even used it, but I recommend you make one. So, I'm going to start working on those knurls with the needle file. Not quite halfway. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it all in one sitting.